3 things you must know about fat tire electric tricycles. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3 things you must know about fat tire electric tricycles. Now, before I get into it, hit that subscribe button below, stay in touch with us here at 630, and be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, right here, I've got the simple step through 750 watt fat tire e-trike, and then I've also got our fat tire rickshaw e-trike, both linked in the description below. You can check them out on our website. Now, electric tricycles getting very popular. Fat tire e-trikes also getting popular. Now, when I talk about fat tires, I'm really talking about 3 inches and above. Now, both of these are 4-inch tires, which is a very wide tire. Now, they actually have a 24-inch front tire and 20-inch rear tires. And there's 3 things I really think everybody should know about fat tire electric tricycles, especially if you're out shopping for a 3-wheel e-bike and you're trying to find the right one from you. What do you really need to know about so you can make the right choice? Okay, number 1, I want to address the idea, are fat tires more stable? The answer to that is yes and no. Having a wider tire is going to create more stability. It's going to obviously have more rubber contacting the road, which is generally speaking going to make it more balanced and more stable. Now, the caveat to that is there's other elements that play into the stability of an e-trike. Just because you have fat tires doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be more stable than a different type of e-trike. We have other e-trikes, and we've designed the geometry and the setup to enable them to be completely balanced and easy to steer on corners, turns, and straightaways. So just throwing a fat tire on a tricycle isn't going to turn it into the most stable trike out there. As I said, we have trikes with thinner tires, but because of the geometry, the length, the width, they're designed in a way to keep them stable. So it's just something to think about when you're searching for a trike, because it's not necessarily the answer. Now, both of these trikes are incredibly stable because the geometry, the width, and the fat tires. Even the rickshaw with passengers takes turns and steers ultra easy, and you can check out additional videos on our YouTube channel if you want to see me riding these and others riding it, so you can see how it turns and steers. Now, the second thing you need to know, now the reason I bring it up about the fat tires is because there's pros and cons to the fat tires. The second thing I'm going to bring up is that you're going to drain the battery quicker as a result of having the fat tires. Now, what that means, though, is because you're going to drain the battery quicker, most fat tire e-trikes are going to have a bigger battery. As an example, the rickshaw is a 21 amp hour battery. This is a 15 amp hour battery. As you add bigger batteries, you drive the cost up. So it's really important when you're shopping for any e-bike or any electric trike that you have to think about your specific use case so you can align the specs and the features to the price point you want to pay. So you're not overpaying for specs and features that you don't necessarily need. So just to think about that, the batteries are going to be bigger, but you're going to drain the batteries quicker on rides because you're going to have a heavier bike, more rubber meeting the road, more friction. The motor's going to have to work harder. Okay, finally, the third thing you should know about fat tire electric tricycles, this kind of segues in from my second one. They're going to generally be more expensive than a tricycle with a narrower tire. The reason being is it's a more expensive tire, it's a more expensive setup. Typically, like I said, there's going to be bigger motors, bigger batteries, which is all going to drive the cost up. So think about what's most important to you. If having the absolute most stable trike out there is what's most important to you, then you may want to consider a fat tire with good geometry, like the simple step through or the rickshaw. If there's other things that are more important to you, like the length that you get out of the battery. Maybe opt for a thinner tire that will roll smoother. But just keep in mind, generally speaking, fat tire e-trikes are going to be more expensive than something with a smaller motor and smaller tires. Now, that's true of all the 630 models as well. We offer a whole series. The top of the line, most expensive for us, are these two fat tire e-trikes. And you're getting the biggest motors, also the biggest tires, and the biggest batteries. Now, we also do offer the 750 watt motor in a smaller tire, smaller one that's more compact, and you can save a little bit of money there as well. So, something to think about as you're shopping for an e-trike that suits your needs. If you have any other questions or comments, please put them below, or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we're going to warranty everything for up to a year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we're going to take care of it, parts and labor, no questions asked. And lastly, join our Facebook group called 630 Peddlers. There's thousands of members in there. You can join the group, connect with existing riders, and ask them about their experience with 630 bikes before you purchase. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends. It's tons of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.